You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is Kim Ryba again. It's now 4 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, Rennie and I went down there and we went around the bend. I never thought what I was going to run into. My entire place, all the banks are caving in. Every single tree on the bank is caving in. I almost collapsed. You know, I went through this 8 years ago with not 8 years ago, but many years ago, Conoco dumped 68,000 gallons of oil down this creek. They would not, I couldn't get it out of the creek. DNR would not let me touch the creek. I went sort of through the same thing, watched all my wonderful big oaks, which I still have all the pictures, fall into this creek. But I'm going to tell you something. I never had the damage that I'm getting from that city of O'Fallon with this O'Day Park. Never did I can't even speak. It's so bad. And here's the problem. I don't know how many thousands and thousands of dollars it's going to cost me to try to repair this creek again. But now, swing the camera that way where the floodgate is. Okay, beyond that is City of O'Fallon's ground and the O'Day Creek. When they came in here in April, they shut it, they took off every single vegetation and trees in the middle of that park. That park is slanted to go down. I've lived here 50 down into the creek. I lived here 53 years. I've never had a problem with that piece of ground behind me ever giving me any problem about the watershed, because there was always the vegetation to hold it. Now they have just put, I don't know how, they're just freely letting that water flow into this creek, except for a retention pond they happen to have behind their banquet center. But the whole south end of this park is dirt and mud, and they've got one giant big pipe in the middle of it, feeding it with nothing to stop it into O'Day. Plus, it's just running every which way around the other side of me in a big circle. They're feeding it that water that away. I'm getting it from every side from the city of O'Fallon. And you know, I just want to say something to everybody out there. I've been through this with Duckett Creek. I've been through this with Conoco. Now I'm going through this with the city of O'Fallon. Do you know that they don't care? You are nothing but a pebble in the stream in their path to get rich. You as a private person, you don't know how to fight this. You don't know who to turn to for help. The agencies that I turned to for help with the Conoco spill didn't do anything. In fact, they were the biggest deterrent. I became my own best lawyer. Lawyers, I had some great lawyers. I had some of the worst lawyers who actually just don't have no help. And so now you do have Facebook, and you do have the TV and investigative reporters, and I believe there is some help there, and maybe, but beyond that, and I don't know what could possibly be the help for me. My place is now being rendered worthless, just worthless. And now on top of everything else, up on top of that mountain up there, swinging up there, now the city of O'Fallon has granted Payne Development Company, and I believe it's around 400 homes. They're going to take off all the vegetation on the top of that cliff and everything up there and put in 400 homes. Already I have a massive watershed coming on the back part of this property, but again, it all goes into O'Day Creek. And the real culprit here is the bridge, the culvert underneath DD, where this creek has to go under in order to get into Bush Wildlife Area, and then onto the Dardenne and onto the Mississippi. That is a 1944 culvert. It's 50 feet wide and 10 feet high. Once all of these trees get down there, and it isn't going to be one or two trees like usually would happen, and we could get down with saws and saw them out. This is a massive amount of trees that are going to hit that bridge. And at 2 inches, this creek is overflowing to the top of DD. I cannot get this through the city of O'Fallon, this David Woods. I've been on the phone constantly, telling him he's got to get down here and actually look at this, but to no avail. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I guess I'm ruined.